Shane and Brian. We got a few other cappers that'll be stopping by. Al Ninos, a little bit of technical difficulties. Maybe it's the Dodgers sending that bad mojo his way. What have they lost now? 5 of 6? Something like that. All as favorites. And my guess is, I haven't even looked, but my guess is they're negative money now for the season, where they will likely stay. But anyways, Chris, how you doing today?
Today's a new day. We get back on track, and we were talking before the show about my Leafs last night, and now we focus on the rest of the playoffs and MLB and NBA today.
How about you, Brian? How's it going?
Yeah, I can't complain. 3-2 day. Had some wins, had some losses, but I really like the card today. So hopefully we can get some momentum today on Sunday.
Shane, how about you? How you doing?
It's going good. Long time no see with the group here, but excited to be on another weekend show.
And Big Al.
Well, I'm right there with Chris. I'm in mourning over the Maple Leafs. So, today was a tough day to get out of bed.
Yeah, to me, it's, when all else fails, I just bet against the Maple Leafs. Kind of like the Dodgers, just every single time they're in the playoffs, every single game. I never watch a hockey game, but I know that one is automatic. So we will take that every day of the week. And, when all else fails, that's where I usually will lean. But I'm just checking before we even get started to see where we are with our Dodgers fade money. I'm pretty sure I'm in the plus now. So let's see where we're at. They are. Let's see where we are with the Dodgers. If you go on the. So if you went on the run line, actually, you're still positive on the Dodgers. On the money line, let's see. On the money line, yep, in the hole, 1.5 units. So,
but do the websites aren't they a little bit flawed in that respect? I mean, they show that the Dodgers, like if they show the Dodgers are negative in money, or the Twins are negative money, or whoever, that doesn't necessarily mean betting against them you're in the positive because of the spread. I mean, they should be showing like what is it when you bet against the Twins, and what is it when you bet against the Dodgers, not what is it when you take the Dodgers.
Well, I think when you're looking at the
he's
profitable,
seen how much you've lost.
But we're looking at we're looking at it as a profitable team. We're not looking at profitable fade.
No. But what I mean is, but you get my point. I mean, my point is just because a team's not profitable doesn't mean that by betting against them you are profitable because of the money line spread.
No.
They both could be unprofitable. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think the other side of the equation is here. I think the deeper dive, and I'll be on the horn with the tech guys, is how profitable are you at what book, and then how profitable are you at best odds and worst odds too, because I think all of those things are just such big factors. And I know you told me that Jimmy Vaccaro told you that the only edge that the bettor has is the shopping of the lines, or the biggest edge they have, or that they have an edge because of this, or something ridiculous. Like the bettor has.
You're right. That was Chris Andrews who said that. I mean, it's just that the ability to shop the lines is what is the gamblers.
And the numbers you're talking about, Mitch, are the closing lines, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's a huge difference, because these big teams usually got to bet early. I mean. But
the issue
well,
is
but
that
that's also
this is when the people
website too. I mean, I see a lot of websites when they publish. A lot of websites when they publish odds are not necessarily taking the closing line as well. So it also depends on the website.
We're using the closing lines from Bet Rivers. These are from my website. This is from so I know where the numbers are.
Sure.
So it's it's like that's the beauty of it, right? And we can even actually you can expand on it, and you can click on this 1580, and it'll show you the exact chart. And they were profitable up until this recent skid. They were as high as plus $25 if you were betting $10 a game. They've been as high as that, but it's been a super quick and ugly descent over the last week to the down 15, almost $16 if you're betting $10 a game. So, it's just the issue that you have now with the Dodgers is that teams like that is now when you win, they're still going to be favored. So going by our system where you're betting $10 a game, you're only going to win $5 or $7. So it is just a long haul. It is just a long haul to get there at this point. It just seems that once you fall behind, it's very, very hard to get back up. But we got plenty of chances to do that, of course. Got NBA action today as well as Major League Baseball action. And kick it off, we got the Bucks visiting the Celtics for Game 7. No team in this series has won 2 games in a row. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a knockdown dragout. And I love the under here, even at 206. I think this is the first to 100 wins, like something like 102, 100. But yeah, I think it's going to be a very physical game, and I expect there to be a lot of fouls called, a lot of bodies banging in the paint. But I think I lean towards the Bucks and the 5 points. Well, I do like the Bucks and the 5 points. I think this line should be closer to 1 possession. So yeah, give me the Bucks and give me the under here.
Brian?
I was really going back and forth on this game, but I think I'm going to stick to Old Faithful and take the points here. I think it'll be a classic Eastern Conference game, and I don't see the Celtics blowing out the Bucks. So just a lean here to the points in Milwaukee.
Shane?
Yeah, I think you got to sprinkle a little bit on the Bucks money line too. Game 7, I don't think they'd be calling those offensive fouls on Giannis. They're going to want to keep him in the game. And it's hard to imagine that the role players around Giannis don't step up more in this game. I think there's a little bit of value here at the Bucks money line.
Big Al?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a lot like Brian. I've been going back and forth on this. Well, I think this is a really, really tricky game to try. From a technical standpoint, it's, for years and years and years and years and years, you just would take the home teams in the Game 7s, and they just wouldn't lose very well against the spread as well. I mean, from 1990 until mid 2008, 31 and 26 with a couple of pushes. But since mid 2018 and that year's playoffs, the road teams have started to emerge in these Game 7s. They're now in 1 ATS the last 9, so that gives me some confidence to break tradition and take Milwaukee here. On the other hand, Milwaukee as a underdog of 2.5 points is a dreadful 7-21 ATS. But then when Milwaukee's off a double-digit upset loss, they're 22-12 ATS. I see a lot of conflicting things. So with a gun to my head, I'd probably give a shaky nod to Milwaukee plus the points, but it's as shaky as it gets for me.
El Niños.
Yeah, this number is getting real low, but I'm going to lean to the unders too. I think both teams have good defenses, and again, no Middleton. I like to lean to the under there too.
I'm on the Bucks money line here with most of our panel. I just think that no team has won 2 games in a row in this series. I don't see that changing here, and neither team has really shown me that they can absolutely dominate. But I think that the Bucks have been there, done that, and it's kind of that championship experience. We said it yesterday about the Maple Leafs. When I gave out my only hockey pick of the day, and my only hockey. Well, I give my hockey pick of the month. I guess it would have to be. But you want to be the man, you got to beat the man, and I don't see it happening here. The Celtics team a little too into themselves, and we saw Tatum last year in the big games is when he chokes the biggest. So I like the Bucks in this one. We saw Tatum just absolutely not get it done every single time he's had the opportunity. We'll see if maybe he gets the gorilla off his back here, but it seems that he's the Clayton Kershaw of the Celtics team and of the NBA, to be honest with you. He gets absolutely smacked in the postseason. go to our next game. We've got the Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, Dallas, good for them. Win or lose, they've shown themselves super proud here. I think the Suns have shown some weakness in this postseason. I think they had the best record coming in to the playoffs, but we saw the Pelicans take them to the mat, and now we're seeing the Dallas Mavericks take them to the mat, and it's going to be very interesting to see. I think it's going to be a tough out, right? I mean, it's going to be tough to take them out at home in a Game 7, obviously, but the Suns don't have a ton of Game 7 experience either, so none, right? So this should be pretty interesting to see as well. Al Ninos, what do you think?
I liked it a lot better at 6, but I guess you could still buy the half point. It probably won't be too expensive since the 6.5 is a little. I mean, you're getting a decent price on the 6.5, but I think the Suns get the job done at home here. I think they're the much better team. Obviously, Luka Doncic is a great player, but they've got 2 or 3 very great players on the Suns, and I think as a team, they're the better team. The Suns are, and again, home court has been pretty huge here, so I'll lay the points with the Suns.
Big Al, what do you think about buying points and things like this? To me, it's like if I don't like the number for one team, for me, if I don't like the number for one team, that means I'm on the other side and I'm taking the full payout. I always have to get the full payout or better, and it's just I can't help myself.
I mean, I'm a data guy, and as through his spiel, I think same things always go off in my head every time people say stuff like that. Never buy points.
Yeah,
I think obviously it's never safe, but it's the data basically say the books have the advantage in circumstances when you're buying points. I think you just have to be disciplined. If you miss the number, just guess the number currently available. And don't give up more than you need to by buying points. It's just at the end of the day, all it does is I think it makes you feel more comfortable going into the bet, but it makes you lose more after the bet. So what's the point?
I think.
Go
ahead, Al.
Yeah. No, what I was trying to say is I think at 6 it would have been a premium play for me, but at 6.5 I just couldn't quite get there, and I couldn't really recommend anyone drop in that much money on the 6.5. Because to me, I mean. 6 is a.
We lost your sound.
Yeah, saying so. As 6 might be a more key number in the football, but I think it's still a pretty important number in basketball as well. And no, I wouldn't recommend buying points normally, but as I said, it's already like I'm seeing -105 for the 6.5. You could get the -6 at -115. So I mean, if I was to back the Mavericks here at 6.5, I'm paying -115 anyway. So me personally, I'd rather lay the -115 on the -6 with the Suns.
How about you, Shane?
But again, you can shop around.
I just think.
Go ahead.
I mean,
I just think the discipline.
Yeah, but
I had a guy. He emailed me yesterday about the USFL total because it went from 36.5 to 7.5, and he was going to lay $1.30 instead of $1.10 just to buy from 37.
It went to like 50, right? It went 50 or something. It was that total, like the 36.5, whatever. But it was 50. Well, I mean, but right? It was the final score, like 40 something. Right?
I can't remember. Yeah, I mean, I had the over in the game, but it's like, I mean,
ironically, I had the over too because I happened to see your pick in the thing when I was adjusting somebody else's. So I didn't give it out as a pick, but I happened to put a couple bucks. I actually owe you whatever it was, $30 or something for your pick.
Well, I just think a lot of people, they say, oh, I can always, if I don't get the best number, I can always buy it, and a lot of undisciplined gamblers do that, but you just give away way. I mean, the book's overcharged for what, obviously for what they're giving up.
Do you think, Al, also, I mean,
really to buy points.
On this same subject, so the new crack of sports betting, is the NRFI, right? I mean, this is the new crack. It's the next drug, right? Because it's quick, right, in a long game, right? It's a quick bet in a long game. But don't you think the books, they love the Yerfie? You know, the books, like the Nerfie, people betting the Nerfie, they love the other side of this thing. I mean, it just seems counterintuitive because most of the public love the over, but then they love the Nerfie.
I mean, all these I'm beginning to hear them. You have to define what they mean. I'm such a old fogey. I don't even know what half these acronyms mean anymore. So
no runs first.
I began hearing these terms about a week ago I began hearing these terms about a week ago for the very first time in my life.
Do you think the books come up with this new bet because it's not in their best interest? I mean, that's really where we're at, right?
I don't think. Well, I mean, the odds are always going to be in the books, regardless of what the bet is.
It's true.
You know, it's. I mean, you know the odds, and you determine the payout after you figure out the odds. So,
anyways, we're on the Suns Mavericks. What do you think here?
Yeah. So sorry. I had a quick question for you, Mitch.
I've got
on this one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so as I was saying, so I'm seeing minus 105 on the side I like, right? But it's not the points I want. So buying it to minus 115, when you tell me just take the other side, but the other side's already minus 115. So I'd be laying the same juice for the team I want with a number I prefer. Or the other side's minus 115 already, so.
Well, most books you're going to pay higher juice than that.
Yeah, that's true, but that's what I was saying. Like, I would recommend doing in this case because it is like you're paying less juice on the 6.5. That's why. So when you buy the point, they can't overcharge you like they normally would if it was a minus 110.
Why not just take the money line and lay the minus 700 or whatever the hell it is? You know, it's like Big Al's frozen and choppy. I'm not sure what's going on there. We got bad connection.
No.
What do you think here of this game, the Mavs and Suns?
Well, I've got a pick dogs play on side NBA total of the year in this game, so I guess I'll refrain from giving an official opinion on the game and just listen to all the other.
We call that taking a roof. It's called taking a Ruffalo. Just passed. Chris,
okay. I will happily take a Ruffalo and listen to what Chris said.
That came from a Christmas Eve show, you know, where they have one college football game and Ruffalo took a pass on it. I'm like, so what exactly are we doing? Shane, what do you got?
I think really the only way to look at this is either got to take the Mavericks money line or the Suns laying the points. You know, when the Suns have won in this series, they've dominated the Mavericks. I think that's what's going to happen here. The last game they only gave up 80 points. The last win for the Suns, they only gave up 80 points. I think their defense is strong again here, but if you're looking at the Mavericks, I don't see how you lay the points there. I think you got to take the money line with the Mavericks if that's the way you want to bet them.
Bryant?
Yeah, for a free pick for you guys, I think I'm going to take the Dallas Mavericks first quarter here. It pays out plus 135 or so. I'm not saying Dallas is going to cover for the entire game, but I think they come out at least early strong. And I like Chris Paul. I'm going to put $100 on him to get a triple-double today. Pays $2,100.
It's a horrible bet. Anyways,
Not like Chris Paul.
Well, let's see what the reality of that is. Of the Chris Paul triple double. Let's see. If we look at Chris Paul on our player list, we go to Phoenix Suns, go to Chris Paul. See, this is the beauty of the betting tools. They'll tell you exactly how lousy of a bet this is. We go to Chris Paul on the betting tools, and it says that. All right. Doesn't say anything.
He's had 2 triple doubles all season.
2 triple doubles all season.
It's a long shot. They don't pay plus 2,100.
But 21. But it's if he's had 2 all season out of 90 games, it should pay way more than that plus 2,100.
If you want something more, get the double because I don't see how he doesn't get 10 assists. So
the betting tools once again say no, he won't. Once again, they say 6.5 is a reach and a half for Chris Paul.
Then that sounds like a good number. Then 6.5. Wow.
Well, it's actually a really bad number according
if he does on the Monday morning show with you guys.
Yeah,
I'm allowed to take. Hey, I have a premium on the side and I have a premium on a total, so I can't really talk about that much. But I try to come up with some content here. I like Chris Paul. It's just a long shot. And I think the Mavericks come out at least hot to start the game. So.
We had somebody yesterday in the comments betting a testicle on a game. We don't just as rule of thumb. The company's stance on this is we do not endorse or condone the betting of testicles or any body parts as a company. We acknowledge that some things are just part of life and part of reality, but we don't personally endorse that as a company or condone it or whatever. But we know that it's out there, so we're not going to sit here and ignore that. Betting his left testicle on the Oakland A's.
He was sweating that bet.
Hey, whatever it takes, it really doesn't matter. The final score is the final score. As long as you don't cut too early, as long as because I know people I've seen plenty of people looking on the floor for tickets in sports books before. Plenty of people.
I had a friend that burnt one before comeback.
I've seen it happen many times. Chris, what do you think of this game?
Yeah, I'm going to echo what Shane said earlier. I think if you're going to bet the Mavs, you go money line. If you're going to bet the Phoenix Suns, I say if you bet the Phoenix Suns, you might as well extend it. Like I'm seeing minus like 9.5 at plus 150. You could go up to plus 16.5 on my book at plus 340. I think if the Suns win this one's probably going to be in blowout fashion again. It's been blowout fashion the last couple games at home. So, I'd laid the points with the Suns here, and like I said, I'd go extended line. I'm also going to take DeAndre Ayton over in the points. I think he's just imposing his will inside, and I just don't see the Mavs having any answer for him.
You're not going to buy any half points here, right?
Oh, no. I had they sent me a free bet. I was like, you know what? Let's put it on Phoenix minus 26.5 plus 900.
Let's put it on the Tampa Bay Lightning against.
They can suck it. We have learned that from this show. If anything else.
Anyways, I like the Mavs here. I just think they show up. I think it's going to be a defensive game, and I think there'll be a bad call. They'll probably lose the game, but I like them with the points. I don't need to buy the half a point or anything like that.
Well, you're laying the same juice with them.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. I'll take a little bit on the money line as well, just because I really think the Suns are vulnerable. I really do. And someone told me Chris Paul, is just he's overrated and probably not going to show up. Jovan, what do you think of these 2 games today? We've covered both. Any thoughts?
Yeah, so I'm gonna look at just not to tip my hand, but I'm gonna look at the half times of both over-unders, and I think for the Suns game, I think that goes over. It's just 104 is just a little bit too low for me for these 2 teams. But for the second game, the first half has been trending under. Think all but one of these games might have stayed under in the first half. So I'll really have no choice but to take the under in the first half on the Celtics game, the Bucks and Celtics. You've seen an uptick in points in the second half with that series.
All right. Well, Chris, what are you selling today?
I just
Oh, go ahead.
don't know, just some food for thought. I was just looking at some playoff data over the last 30 years to take a look at how Game 7s do relative to the spread, compared to games like Game 6, etc. When you take a look at the playoffs as a whole, to be played spread, they are about 9.1 points away from the spread. If you look through 6 in the playoffs, they tend to be more below. The average point spread is almost 9.7 points away from the spread. And in real contrast, you look at Game 6s, they're 10.72 points from the point spread. So Game 6s tend to be much bigger blowouts than Game 7s. A 10.72 compared to a 9.16.
I think there's going to be some tears in this one.
So just show that games tend to be a lot more, taut and a lot more the points right.
Well, Phoenix has a shot. No Scott Foster in Game 7. So.
Chris Paul loves that.
Yeah, right.
Chris, what are you selling today?
Well, today I got an MLB triple play. My 3 favorite MLB plays on the board. It's actually going off with some of the early action, so I got that for $39.95. Or my NBA Sledgehammer, my favorite NBA bet today, got that for $29.95.
How about you, Brian?
Winning days in 9 of the last 10. My best bet today is my NBA No Limit play. You can get it for $30 at pickdogs.com premium picks, or pick up my 3-pack. It includes that NBA play along with my Major League Baseball best bet and NHL best bet for $40 at pickdogs.com.
Shane?
I got 2 packages up there today. I got my best NBA play, 2 best MLB plays, $39.99. Or I have my 3 best MLB plays. I love this MLB slate, $39.99 also.
Big Al.
I had a 1 and 2 day yesterday, so looking to bounce back. It's still been pretty hot lately, but yesterday was not a good day. Today I've got 1 play in baseball. It goes extremely early. I've got 3 plays in basketball and 1 play in hockey. Among basketball, I've got 2 totals. One side, one of the totals is my end total of the year, and I'm 54 and 28 my last 82 in basketball, and I think 39 and 21 my last 6 baseball, and I think 17-6 my last 23 in hockey. So it's been pretty good lately, and folks should join under our 2-for-1 handicapper special and a couple packages. 4 handicappers for the price of 2.
Al Ninos.
I got a 3-pack with my best bet in each sport, and then 3-pack in the MLB, and a couple extra plays for everyone on the long-term passes.
How about you, Jovan?
Yeah, I got a 5-pack for both sides and totals of the of Game 7 in the NBA, and I got a MLB mixed in with that. In total I have 3 MLB plays, but those are for longer term subscribers, and that's about it. $49.99 at the website.
I got my MLB big play, as well as I've got an MLB 3-pack, and I got a bunch of other plays for the long-term subscribers. So I love today's MLB card. I think it's a real home run. I think this one is good mix of favorite and dogs, and I think we can really, really make some good money today on today's card. And we'll get right into that right now. We've got a good Major League Baseball card. I hate Mark Melancon's guts.
I have to jump, so I will see you guys next weekend. But I've got to.
Well, thanks for joining us for the basketball segment. We'll see you next week, and we're getting close to that NBA draft too. So a lot going on.
Yeah.
And
19th of the draft lottery.
All right. Well, we will see you next week, and of course on the drive-through during the week. So
thanks. Good luck.
All right.
Good luck to your triple-double, Brian.
Thanks, Al. I'll text you later if they actually hit. I'll be dancing around my house. Slim chance of that happening.
All right. That's Big Al with us. Here's what I do. Kind of mess this up. Go back. finished well. All right. Go to Major League Baseball, and we got a full card again. Mark Melanson, I hate your guts. I said it on yesterday's show. I'll say it again. I hate your guts. You stink. Stink, stink, stink. It's like, someone explain this to me. How is this guy on the varsity? I just don't even understand it. It's like, you stink. You know, you were better when you were on the injured list. All right. Stinks. All right, we get to today's action. Testicles were saved yesterday. Miraculous home run in the 9th inning. Once again, we do
No
not
doubt. Never in doubt. Never in doubt.
We do not endorse the wagering of testicles or other body parts as a company. That's our stance. But we do not, criticize or condemn those who do. We got an early start. Joe Musgrove and the Padres take on the Braves. The Padres with the big hits late, and then all of a sudden, the Braves came back and got them. They went up 5-2, and then all of a sudden the Braves came right back on them and scored 4 runs. We've got Justin Verlander on the hill against Patrick Corbin. If you want to take the Astros, you got to lay either a lot of money, or if you want to take the run line, then you got the worst bet in Dodge, the laying runs and juice. That's a great way to go broke in a hurry. And then you've got the Reds and the Pirates. Chris Ruffalo, runs and odds for you. I know you do it, so I don't understand the logic. It's like, why wouldn't you just lay, if you have to lay juice, why wouldn't you just take them to win? Why would you take the more risk that it's got to be a win by more than a run and a half? I don't understand it. You're not getting any more of a payout. So I don't understand the thought process there. But anyways, I don't play not to lose, and that's why it just doesn't even register with me. It's like, I can't play to not lose. I got to play to win. The books are playing to win. That's for sure. Anyways, in these 3 games, what do you think?
Yeah, that's a fair point. For that early game, I do like the under between the Braves and Padres. Joe Musgrove's pitching absolutely fantastic this year. And Kyle Wright, well, he's a pitcher that I don't think gets necessarily the recognition he may deserve in that Braves rotation. You hear a lot of, obviously Max Fried, Charlie Morton, and when he comes back, Mike Soroka. But Kyle Wright's been pitching very, very well this season. I think an ERA just over 3. So I like the under in that one. And I like the Pittsburgh Pirates. Not often I'm going to be doing that, but I like the Pirates here. Jose Quintana, he's not as much of a liability as he's been in past seasons. And at least from what we've seen in a small sample size this year. And Hunter Green for the Reds just can't really seem to get his footing. 1-5 with a bloated ERA. So I take the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line there.
I would like to make a small wager that Jose Quintana will be traded at the trade deadline. Brian?
I hope he goes back to the White Sox. But in that
He might. Maybe they'll trade Eloy Jimenez and Dylan Cease for him. Wouldn't that be ironic? Wouldn't that be ironic?
Anyway, in that grouping of games here, it goes off super early, pretty early for the Padres here. I just think that it looks like they're begging for Padres money because Musgrove's been fantastic and Kyle Wright's coming off of a pretty bad outing here. It looks like they want you in the Padres. I'm going to lean to the Atlanta Braves here. I gave up on them yesterday. And then my second pick, I'm going to lay 2.5 with the Houston Astros. Normally, I'm not a guy that lays runs, and in this scenario, you're getting plus money. In Verlander, I could easily see the Astros winning this 3-0, 4-1. So I'll lay the 2.5 with the Astros.
The only way to play it, if you want the Astros, you got to lay at least 2.5. Shane?
Yeah, there's a few games I like in this selection. I do like the Padres here. The Padres are 7-0 in Musgrove's last 7 starts. And I think I also like Houston here, -3.5 with the plus money. Patrick Corbin looked a little better in his start. He went 5 innings, giving up 0 runs, but his ERA is still over 6. The Astros bats have been heating up a little bit as of late. I think they tee off on him here. And Verlander has another outing where he doesn't give up any runs.
El Niños.
Yeah, I really love the Padres tonight. No Acuna Jr. in the lineup. We're getting plus money with Musgrove. Probably should have been a premium play. Really love this one.
Jovan?
Yeah, I like the Padres, but I'm sensing a little bit of a trap in this one just based on the money line. But I'm gonna walk into it, so that's a lean. Musgrove's on the mound, and hopefully he can go 7 plus. Now with the other game, I could only play it at 2.5. I don't when you get into 3.5, you know, you know, I could see a 3-run game. I can't really see. I could see a 4-run game, but could see a 3-run game a lot better.
How about
Just
the
don't want to
Yurfie?
get
How about
hammered.
the Yurfie here?
No, the Yurfie might be a sure thing with Patrick Corbin on the mound. The thing about it is Houston this year they haven't been able to hit lefties like that. So, it's but Patrick, like I said, Patrick Corbin's on the mound, so he can make this lineup look good. So yeah, the Yurfie's probably in play, no matter how you slice it.
I love
But
it.
yeah, I like Houston, 2.5. Can't extend it to more than that. Maybe 3 if there's you could extend it to 3, but not the half one, not 3.5.
Yurfie's one of my just one of my favorite bets. Yeah, baseball's a 162 game season, so teams are going to lose. It's going to happen, and a lot of those losses, sometimes when they lose, it's going to be absolutely ugly. We've seen the Dodgers giving up, 10 runs plus a game, lately. It's like, not only are they losing, they're giving up 10, 11 runs. It's like, that's not good. I got news for you. Not good, especially at those prices. Anyways, no one gets off the mat like the San Diego Padres. 8-0 after a loss outright, man. Very tough to beat these guys in back-to-back games. Kind of like that Bucks-Celtics series, right? Very, very tough. The Padres, Joe Musgrove has been a bulldog this season. He's been unbeatable, too. Kyle Wright's been good, but we all know Kyle Wright. We've been down that road before. Look, he's in a slight regression mode. Whether it's enough, that he takes the loss or the Braves bullpen takes the loss, it really doesn't matter. Like I said, the Padres don't lose back-to-back games. We're taking the San Diego Padres in that one. I like the Astros first 5 innings laying extended runs if you can get that as well. But I don't think that you bet this thing negative runs and odds. It's just there's no value in that. It's just it's a stupid bet. And then it's like you're playing to not lose. It's like you're hedging in case you lose. It's like, why bet it? It's like, why take the risk? If you're playing to not lose. It's like, to me, it's like it's betting. It's like I'm the guy that puts $50 on 6, $50 on 11 on the roulette wheel. There's my $100 bet. Boom. I'm done. I don't care. It's like, there's my entertainment value, Not in it to not lose. I think Jose Quintana is going to be traded. I think it's going to happen around the trade deadline. And I think the Pirates might actually get the best of this deal for the first time in their history. They're going to get the good end of the deal. And I think there's going to be a lot of teams begging for him because one thing that we've seen over the history of baseball, there's always a market for left-handed pitching. There's always a market for it. And it's like, this guy is a veteran. He's there, whatever. Maybe they're going to get some minor leaguers here or some kind of obscure minor leaguer that might end up actually being that they really are dialed in on or whatever. They're going to get something from somebody for this guy. He's a good guy to have on the roster. And because he is going to be a viable trade option, the Pirates are not going to be relevant at the trade deadline. People are going to be knocking on their door for a left-handed pitcher, starter. They're going to be. Anyways, I like him today. Hunter Green's been getting smacked. Anyways, we go to the Mutts up against Seattle. George Kirby, not the best luck yesterday in that game, man. He's got filthy stuff, though. And, of course, the Mets did their best to lose that game. Seattle has outplayed the Mets this series. I mean, they have outplayed them. Robbie Ray against Carrasco. We got Hernandez against Woodruff at Marlins Park. Bring a glove to this one. I don't even understand how you get the 7 on a total on that thing. And then you got the Tigers and the Orioles. Jovan, what do you think of these three?
Run it off again, real
It's
quick.
Mets,
Tigers.
Mariners, Marlins, Brewers,
Mariners.
Tigers, Orioles.
Yeah, Brandon Woodworth, he's been having a bad season. I can only go over in that game. I like Robbie Ray, but I don't know. I like Robbie Ray in this one. I'm not going to go against that. I like the plus money with the Mariners, and that's about it.
How about you, Al Ninos?
I like the Tigers a lot, and I said, not the biggest Scooble fan, but I guess he's proven me wrong a couple times this season already. He probably, as much as I dislike him, is better than Wells, and I think they have the better lineup. And I kind of like the Mets. Not crazy about it, but I think they got the job done here.
They've been well outplayed in this series. They had one, fortunate inning where they really took advantage of some bad mistakes that the Mariners made. But outside of that, they have been thoroughly outplayed in these first 2 games. Shane?
Yeah, it seems whenever you trust Carrasco here for the Mets is when he starts to blow up, and I think that's the case here. I think the Mariners bats will heat up against him, and I'll take the Mariners as the underdogs.
How about the Mariners down 4-0 yesterday, saying we're not done yet? Coming all the way back and nearly winning that game. Pretty impressive. Brian, you'd like that under in the Marlins Brewers game? Because, the world's got to be on the 7.
Typically I would be on the under with the Marlins and Brewers, but I just don't see how it doesn't go over. We had that same feeling about a game, I don't know, it was yesterday, the day before, and that sailed over easily. I just think with these 2 pitchers on the mound, I think Woodruff should give up some runs, and we know Hernandez of the Marlins gives up a boatload. So for me, I'm going to take the over 7.5 there. I think I'll go with the
game was the game that we thought that of yesterday was the Royals and the Rockies, and the total in that was 10.5 and went 14.
Yeah. I thought there'd be even more than that. Actually, less.
The Rockies tried to get that 11th run across the board just to get the over by themselves, but they just couldn't get there. But it was tacos for everyone at Coors Field.
Tacos. We love tacos. And then in the second game, I'm going to take the Detroit Tigers, lay the juice with Scooble. I think he's had very strong starts in 4 of the last 5. I think you start to see the Tigers play better home baseball, so I'll take Detroit.
Chris, Tigers at minus 145 for you?
No, thank you. It was tacos for everybody yesterday after that Royals game, but I'm with you guys. I don't know how we stay under even double digits in this Milwaukee and Miami game. I think we've already hit the Yurfie before they've even taken the field. So I love the over there. I think, like I said, at least 9 or 10 runs in that game. And I'm still actually going to lean towards the under the over in Seattle and the Mets. Robbie Ray hasn't been great. He hasn't looked like the Cy Young winner. He's looked like the shell of the Cy Young winner that we saw last season. And Carrasco, I can't remember who said on the panel, but he's always been due to get blown up as well. So, yeah, I like the over there game. I think we see at least 8 or 9 runs there as well.
I thought, when Woodruff gave up the 6 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned in that opener in Chicago without allowing a home run, which is not easy to do. I thought we'd seen it all, but last time out against the Reds, getting pounded at Great American at minus 175 odds. 4.1 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, which he paid the price for both of them, and 2 bombs. It was not a pretty day at the office for him. And Hernandez, we know that this guy gives up home runs. We know Hernandez. He's the one. He's like the one Marlins pitcher that just gives up the bombs. And of course, Rogers yesterday for the Marlins, just the Yurfie machine, giving up the solo shot in the first inning. He is a Yurfie machine, Rod. It's almost a stone cold lock that he's going to give up that run first inning. I like. I think the Mets have been thoroughly outplayed in this series. I love that over in the Marlins Brewers game, and I don't know. I mean, I could see the Tigers like this Tigers Orioles thing, and the Orioles have been terrible. I mean, they were so bad yesterday. They couldn't even get a guy really past second base and hit into 4 double plays, and then they interview AJ Hinch, the manager for the Tigers. This was the jerk comment of the day. Hey, you guys have turned, more double plays in the last week than any team in baseball. Just means we got too many guys on base. It's like, jerk. It's like, we're allowing too many guys on base. Yikes.
That's a good coach answer.
Way to give your guys credit for executing defensively in the clutch spots there.
They shouldn't have been on base in the first place.
Well, when you get to first base, Brian, you let us all know. Anyways, we've got the.
I was gonna say if you're really looking to get max odds, you can go over 3.5 first inning runs. Do like a Yurfie total whatever parlay.
It's a Yurfie bonanza.
Yeah, there you go. Over 3.5 runs in the first inning in that Brewers Marlins game plus 1550.
I kind of like it. If you put $10, what is it? $150?
165.
I'll take it. Yeah, why not? $10. I'll put 20. Well, I'm there to make it 20. It's like why not? it's worth it.
Oh, look, I found a $5 bill.
Yeah, $5.75.
Yeah,
nice. I'll pay for some golf balls. Got the Tampa Bay Rays against the Toronto Blue Jays. We've got the Chicago White Sox against the Yankees after that dramatic victory yesterday. And really a good pitching matchup here in Minnesota. Joe Ryan and Tristan McKenzie as the Twins take on the Guardians. Joe Ryan walked a ton of batters last time out when he pitched against Verlander. This one should be a great game. This game, I actually do like the Nerfy. Chris, what do you think of these three?
I'm floored. I never thought I would hear the words, I actually like the Nerfy leave your mouth. But that's where we are in this one. But I like a pair of unders here. I'm with you. I think that's going to be a pitcher's duel in Cleveland and Minnesota. And Joe Ryan, he had one of his quote-unquote worst starts of the year, and that was still allowing just 2 runs over 4 2/3 innings of work. I think a lot of teams would trade for that to be your worst outing. So, and I like Tristan McKenzie. I think he's starting to really show what the Guardians saw in him. So I like the under there, and I like the under in the Yankees and White Sox. I think that's another pitcher's duel. Michael Kopech pitching very well, and I was wrong about Nestor Cortez. I was hard on him, but he's pitching absolutely lights out this season as well. So I like the under in that one too.
Brian, Dallas Keuchel getting the win, not getting the win, but she should have gotten the win yesterday.
I was shocked. You were right about that. You nailed that right on the head. Got the White Sox a W yesterday. In this grouping of games, though, I love both Joe Ryan and Tristan McKenzie, but I'm going to lean to taking McKenzie here. I just think you're getting nice plus money value. Guardians seem to be streaky this year. They're playing better baseball. I think McKenzie gets it done and steps up here. I'll take them. Guardians, money line.
What about the elephant in the room? And we're not talking about Ruffalo. It's not a Ruffalo joke. It's basically we're talking about Jeffrey Springs at plus 100 here against Alek Manoah. Alek Manoah is a minus 165 normally. It's something like this, right?
Well, I got to admit, when I saw Corey Kluber as pitch Rays last night, that I was going to be in on the Rays this morning, but I had to change of thought then and switch.
Shane?
Yeah, I think all 3 of these games in this group can go under. But I think my favorite play in this group that's not a premium is the under 4.5 in the first 5 innings in the Yankees-White Sox game. I think both these pitchers are lights out. I won't be shocked if it was 0-0 after 5.
How about you, Al Niños?
I do like the unders in those the Yankees, White Sox, and the more in the Indians Twins game though. And I do think there's some value on the sorry, I said Indians, the Guardians. I think there's some value on them today, and yeah, I like those two to be. And yeah, any opinion on first 5 unders versus full game unders? Anyone?
Well, the first 500s are going to be with
Oh,
the
and
starting
then-
pitchers.
Yeah, I mean,
But you
we're
always have
getting
to
good
pay up
starting
on 'em.
pitchers here, so
You have to pay up on them, usually. I don't like paying up. I'm just not a pay up person. Anytime there's a situation where you have to pay up, normally I'm on the other side.
no, they're both even money though, but it is 3.5 for the Twins game.
That is
You get
that is a
four
light
even
number
money on
for
the
young guys can
Yeah.
get wild, too.
Yeah.
So, and it all depends on how they call the strike zone, because Joe Ryan really did not get a call last time facing off against Verlander, who got every call. He was working the strike zone.
Like he always does. Verlander seems to get the umps seem to love Verlander whenever he's on the mound.
They love him. I'll tell you what, Jovan loves Michael Kopech. We know that. He's got the man crush on him.
Yeah, and I'm backing him again.
He's never met a Kopech game he didn't like.
Yeah, it's looking that way, right? But yeah, I like what Tristan McKenzie's doing. I like the plus money with the Guardians as well, and I like the under with this Toronto Tampa Bay game. Even though Toronto has been pounding lefties this season, so do like the under in that.
I like the White Sox as well. Reverse run line on that one against Nestor Cortez Jr. Cortez has pitched well earlier, but I think he's regressing a little bit here too. Last time out, I know 7.1 innings, 1 hit, whatever, but the games before that, he was certainly hittable. And last time out, he had the 11 strikeouts, but he also had 4 walks, and 4 walks at guaranteed rate. Going to be a tough day at the office in this one. I just like the White Sox here. I think they can hit this guy. They crush lefties. I mean, they crush lefties, and I think they're going to get him. And I think that Twins Guardians. I think this is one for the fans, and I think this is one that these are two guys that are going to face off against each other in the number 1 spot, a lot in their careers. You got the Texas Rangers against the Red Sox. The Red Sox found a team where they got their number, and that's the Texas Rangers. But Martin Perez having a career year. We have the Colorado Rockies and the Kansas City Royals. They moved the total up 0.5 point to scare everybody off after yesterday. And then the technical rematch. We had actually the Angels came back in the late game and crushed them, Aller and the Aller-Lorenzen game. But now we've got Patrick Sandoval on the mound against Frankie Montas, the last holdover of that A's pitching staff. It's like he's the one left there. Well, the last A's pitcher left on the roster. Please turn out the lights. It's actually Frankie. Chris, what do you think of these three?
I just see Frankie Montas looking in the room like, hello? Anybody still here? And no, nobody's still there. But no, I do like the I like the Rockies here. I also like the over in that game. I think Daniel Lynch probably gets torched in this one. I do expect Gomber to give up a few as well. But yeah, the Kansas City Royals I think are in trouble. And I think that number of 11 is even in trouble. We saw 14 yesterday. I wouldn't be hesitant to maybe shift that to an extended over. And I like the Angels. I know Frankie Montas has been one of the mainstays in that A's rotation, but the Angels are just playing far better baseball right now, and we're starting to see more reasonable prices with Patrick Sandoval, who's been pitching pretty well this season. So give me the Angels in that one.
Brian?
Yeah, my worst loss yesterday was the Rangers, but I'm going to be back on them today. I like Martin Perez. He's been consistently good this year, and it looks like a Boston Red Sox bullpen game. So I'll take the Rangers here, lay that minus 120, and then I'll take the Rockies with Gomber. I think he's due for a good home start. He has looked a little bit rough lately, but Rockies bats were hitting the ball yesterday. I think they continue today.
Shane?
Yeah, I like the Rockies run line here. Daniel Lynch has been awful. He only made it 3 innings last start against Orioles, giving up 3 runs. And Gomber struggled in his last start against the Giants, a very respectable offense. The 2 previous starts he was strong. This Royals team is awful. It's awful offensively. I think they'll get their runs at Coors Field, but it wouldn't surprise me if this was the game where the Rockies covered this over by themselves. I'm going to take the Rockies on the run line.
El Niños.
Yeah, probably go with the Rockies here, and it's my best free pick. And I got lean towards the Red Sox as well, but not as strong as I liked them yesterday, or as much as I like the Rockies here.
Jovan?
Yeah, I'm gonna continue to ride the Red Sox. Like I said yesterday, get away from Fenway, start hitting, and that's what they've been doing. They know Martin Perez. He was there, I believe, as late as last year. So, we're back to Red Sox on that one, and I'm gonna take the over in the Colorado game. The other 2 games in the series way over, and I expect another. I expect another game of both of these teams. Both of these teams crossing the plate a lot of times with their players, and that's about it.
Austin Gomber has been on the win one, lose one thing for the Colorado Rockies, and he lost last time out, so he's definitely on the win one this time. And the thing is about Gomber is that he's first started home this season. He got roughed up, but since then, all his times where he has had problems have been on the road. So that's the every other, is because he's been pitched home, road every other. And he's a way better home pitcher than he is on the road, which is weird for Coors Field, but that is just what it is. When you trade Arenado for a guy, he better deliver. He's the better version of Josiah Gray in the trading the superstar for the guy with the world of potential. Frankie Montas, I don't think he can hold down the fort, and I don't know. I think the Rangers avoid the sweep. Just a guess. Anyways, we go to our next set of games, and it is the Diamondbacks and the Cubs. I hate Mark Melanson's guts. Hopefully he's not available today to get pounded on. You got to relegate this guy to the minors or cut him, right? You have to cut bait. You got to do something here because you can't have it. He's been shelled. 3-3 game with the Marlins. He gives up 8 runs, and then last night a tie game, and he's got hit, walk. I mean, it's a lousy pattern. You can't have the bases loaded or run in and nobody out, from your closer. It's like you just can't do that. It's like they get him out of there, but it's like, bases loaded or run in and nobody out. It's like, who would pay for that? Anyways, speaking of paid for that, Aaron Nola up against Michael Grove in Los Angeles. The Dodgers really eating some major crap lately, getting smoked. Probably one of the worst weeks for the Dodgers backers and fans that they've seen in quite some time, probably since that Braves series last year. And then you've got the Cardinals against the Giants rounding it out on ESPN's Sunday Night Baseball. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, that Giants Cardinals game is really the only game I like. I like the under there. I think we are going to see a bit of a pitcher's duel from Rodon and Wainwright. And I think this is like a 3-2 kind of game. So I might also look at strikeout props for both pitchers. I might look at the over there. Rodon's been a strikeout machine this year, and Wainwright's capable of putting some Ks up himself. So yeah, give me the under and the over on both pitchers' strikeout totals.
Brian?
Yeah, it just leans in these free picks here, but I'm going to take the Philadelphia Phillies on the money line with Nola. Grove pitching for the Dodgers has never seen action above Double-A, although he has good Double-A numbers. I just think the Phillies bats are hitting the ball, no reason why they can't get it done tonight again against the Dodgers. I'll take the Giants on the heavy money line. I'm a big Rodon guy. He's been
because he was on the White Sox. So it's like you still have your jersey from
I don't
last
know.
year?
Maybe I would think for the White Sox now, but I like Rodon tonight. You're laying a heavy price. I just think the Giants are the better team. I'll lay the price with them. So Giants lean, Phillies lean.
Al Ninos?
Like the Giants, I think the Diamondbacks might bounce back. Don't like them as much as I like the Giants, though. And just really like the pitching matchup for San Francisco. And I hope my Dodgers win, but staying away. I guess I'd lean Phillies, honestly, if I had to.
Whoa. Giovanni?
Yeah, even you'd think to avoid the sweep and all that, but...
Oh, no, I'm just surprised that you would take anybody with the Dodgers because you are a fanboy. Anyways, Jovan?
They're a good team, man.
Not this week.
Not this couple last, no.
Jovan, I think he looks frozen. Maybe we'll come back to him.
He's stunned that Ninos went against the Dodgers.
Yeah, it was a shocker.
No, I'm back.
All right, who do you like in these three?
No, I'm on the Phillies in this one. Yeah, just seeing the likes of Harper, hitting long shots, and I don't know, just watching the highlights alone, and then what you've been seeing in these past 3 games, just putting up run after run. It's a sight. The Dodgers don't do this. They've lost 4 straight. Yeah, they're losing 5 straight. I'm on the Phillies. And for the late game, I'm back in Wainwright. Think he has a solid performance. Rodon should have one too, but I just a lean to the Cardinals, and I'm on the under in this game too. I could see a 3-2 game, 3-1 game, something like that for Sunday Night Baseball.
I like the Dodgers in this one. I think this is their time. I think you go run line. I mean, you could hear the sentiment just in the room, So I think when everybody's off the ship is when I like to jump on, and I'm going to jump on here. I think Aaron Nola sucks.
But you've been Phillies hating the whole series, though. You've been a Dodger guy.
I hate the Phillies. I will fade
You
the
hate
Phillies.
the Phillies more than the Dodgers.
I will bet against
You
the
hate
Phillies. How about this? I will bet against the Phillies every single game this entire season.
I think you're doing it up while I'm not gonna say that.
No, I'll say something. Say what do you like. Let's talk about where I'm at.
Well, the book needs losing tickets also, so I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
those
bet
are the
against
Phillies
my
fans.
I'm just saying you've been liking the Dodgers in this series, so
Even
Dodger.
though they've been dogs in all these games, big money dogs, they're still negative money on the season at 500 right here.
Yeah, they are. Well, you can't make money bet on the Phillies. You can't make money bet on the Dodgers. So either one of these two teams don't make money.
House always wins.
Except when they lose.
Right. No, I mean, long run, taking bets like
Speaking of losing, how about those Toronto Maple Leafs last night, showing us once again that you can take the L out of Toronto, but you can't take the L out of Toronto. There is no L in Toronto except, Maple Leafs Gardens. Is it still Maple Leaf Gardens where they play, Chris?
No, it was Air Canada Center, and then it went to Scotiabank Arena.
Yeah, maybe they should go back to the. Maybe they should play it outside. Maybe that'll work.
The L in Leafs wasn't the only L that was.
Maybe they should play it at the Dome. Give it a shot. Do something.
They used to do that with the Raptors, and then it became too much work.
Too much work. And hence the drought. We do have 2 Game 7s in the NHL today. I don't know who's playing, but I can take a quick look.
Penguins, Rangers, and Flames and Stars.
Penguins, Rangers. Chris, who do you like?
I gotta go with the Rangers. I think that Pittsburgh put up a good fight, but we saw that we're seeing the problem with having to start a third string goaltender over the course of a playoff series. He's been able to help them get wins here and there, but I just think the Rangers are the more complete team, and I think they find a way to win the series here. Come back from 3-1 down.
Brian?
I think we see a war in this Penguins-Rangers game. It would total at 6. I think we see similar to the Bruins in Carolina, where most of those games did go over until you saw Game 7. I think the Game 7 Rangers-Penguins is a 2-1, 3-2 type of affair. I'm taking the under 6.
Shane?
I like the opposite. I think that you buy a half a run here or half a goal here and go up to 6.5. Each of these games has been high scoring. The Penguins have some serious goaltending issues right now. And I think this game goes at least 7.
Al Ninos.
Yeah, it might be tough to do in a Game 7, but all 6 games have gone over, and there's, they've said already, goaltending issues here, so I like the over.
Oh, Chris, we got the Calgary Flames, a gigantic favorite here over Dallas. I think not a lot of people thought this was going to go 7 games.
No, I mean, I kind of had a feeling it would at least go 6. Maybe 7 was a bit of a stretch for some people, but I still like Dallas plus a goal and a half here. I think you're getting still some value with it. I think it was around plus 130 last I checked, and I think this is a 1-goal game all day and twice on Sunday. But but I think this is going to be a low-scoring game and a battle too. So give me the plus 1.5 at the start in the game that could go to overtime as well.
Brian?
Yeah, for me, I think the Flames win this game, but I think they do it in overtime. I think I agree with Chris. I would take the plus 1.5 on the puck line and the Dallas Stars to keep it close.
Shane?
Yeah, I've seen this totals move down to 5 in some books, plus 115. I think at worst case scenario there's 5 goals, but I think this is a 2-1, 2-0 type of game. I'm gonna take the under.
Al Ninos.
Yeah, the 5 I'm seeing is like plus 120, so I'm sure you can find a decent price on the 5.5, and I would go under. And I think the Flames are still the better team here. I know it's been a tough series, but if I take a side, I would go Flames -1.
All right. Everybody who's watching, I never really say this during the show. I guess I need to say it more. Be sure to smash that like button. Takes you half a second. It's 100% free, and it helps us a bunch. So we certainly appreciate it. We do our best to provide you guys as much free content. We have premium picks, but we certainly don't force it down people's throat or like bait you into them or anything like that. It's there for people that want premium picks, and that's the purpose of that. But as far as the shows go, these are free, and if you smash that like, it certainly helps. Anyways, parlay time. Does everyone have their parlays ready today? We don't want any late scrambling. Chris, got your parlay?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line, the over in the Milwaukee Brewers and Miami Marlins, and the under in the New York Yankees and Chicago White Sox.
Brian.
Phillies money line, Rangers money line, Texas Rangers, and Colorado Rockies money line.
Shane.
I'm going to do Padres money line, the under in that Stars game. And then I'm going to take Houston -1.5.
Al Ninos.
Go 3 teams. I'm going to go Suns, Flames, Tigers.
Jovan.
White Sox, Guardians, Red Sox.
I'm going Bucks money line, the under in the Twins game, and with the Chicago White Sox. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. We made it a little bit quicker today. Almost hit that 1 hour target. Only missed it by 10 minutes. We thank everyone for joining us. We appreciate all of you. If you could smash that like button, always appreciate it. And of course, if you miss this show or any portion of it any day of the week, you can always catch us on iTunes, Spotify, Odyssey, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Amazon Podcast, whatever they call it. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. We're all over the place. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you.